Hi there, I'm Janet Gershensiegel, and I'm the Lonely Writer. This is serious social media help for the independent writer who is a person who does not yet have an agent. I'm a master's degree candidate at Quinnipiac University. This is my capstone project. Today I'm going to be talking about starting a Twitter stream. Now your first question is, what should you call yourself? You need a username. If you've taken my advice or decided on your own that you need a separate stream for your writing, then you might want to use a word like writer or author in the title. And of course, if you've got a personal account, this would be a second one. Now, one problem you may have is that there's only 15 characters allowed these days. So a word like writer or author is 6 of those characters. But you do have both letters and numbers. So if you want to put the number 1 instead of the I in writer, or the number 0 instead of the O in author, in order to add some uniqueness, feel free. Just try to go as short as possible while remaining coherent. Question is, what do you look like? Your settings on Twitter are important, like they are on every single social network. Twitter does move them on occasion. This is a part of A/B testing, where they're moving around layouts to see if they can get you to click more. Currently, these settings are under your profile image. Add a profile image. Try to make it a headshot if you've got one, or at least a picture of the cover of your book if you've got one. If neither of those work for you, you can also go with a picture of a writer whose works are in the public domain. So Mark Twain, Jane Austen, people like that. But whatever you do, don't keep the egg. A background image is one of these nice to have but not strictly necessary kinds of things, because usually your words are going to be looked at in someone's Twitter stream. They're not going to be looking at your own profile for the most part. If you don't like the generic, you can always go with some color or some generic images. Now, who do you follow? Spend a little time chasing hashtags for a while. Am writing, am editing, those are 2 biggies, particularly in the independent community. PitMad, which is about pitches to agents. MSWL, which stands for Manuscript Wishlist. If you know an author who you like on Twitter, then follow them. Publishers and agents tend to be a good choice. Your friends from NaNoWriMo or Wattpad. Do searches for words like Wattpad and NaNoWriMo. Searches for words like writer and author and writing. Even the fan fiction community is a part of the writing community. Follow the people who put words together into sentences and make stories. Applaud their efforts. Read what they've got to say. Now, how do you support people? The easiest way is to just retweet them. And so if you see a tweet that you like, you hit the icon, which currently looks like a pair of interlocking arrows. A little window comes up. It asks if you want to add a comment. You don't have to. Click retweet. You're done. Another method is to just like a tweet. You hit a heart icon. Go to a tweet you like, click the heart under it. This is easy stuff, right? Now, how do you talk to people directly? One method is to go to their profile and click on message. But this only works if you're following someone. Type whatever you want, hit send. That is the most private option. But you can also go with a less private option by clicking the reply button, which is currently an icon that looks like a leftward facing arrow. It'll pull up a small window which shows their handle with an amphora, that's the @ symbol, in front of it, such as @ lonely, the number 1 writer, that's my Twitter handle. And so then you can directly reply to that person and by manually typing without replying to a specific tweet. So you can just type that in if you wish. What do you care about? Well, here's a few suggestions. You might want to follow industry trends in the news. Check out how, if at all, information presented on Facebook or directly on a website differs from how you see it on Twitter from your favorite publisher or author. And this is not just in terms of length, but are the keywords different? Do you think the words are effective? Why or why not? Use Twitter if you have questions about querying. This is usually one of the best ways to get to an agent or a publisher, is to go through Twitter. Finally, this is Janet Gershensiegel, the Lonely Writer, because an independent writer never has to be alone. Thanks for listening.